What a day it's turned out to be. A day when, perhaps for the first time in the history of our judiciary, we have woken up to news of large piles of cash being recovered from a sitting judge of the Delhi High Court. With us, one of the foremost jurists of our country, well-known senior Supreme Court lawyer Arun Bhardwaj, son of the late Law Minister Hansraj Bhardwaj, joining us live. Great pleasure, Arunji, for us to have you with us.
Firstly, Arunji,
let me first just understand from you. Are you the Arun Bhardwaj who's mentioned this matter of cash being found from Justice Verma's house in the National Capital, Delhi High Court today?
No, it is not me. There's another senior advocate by the same name. But
Okay.
The name which is coming in the news, that's not me.
Okay.
Some other person by the same name.
But anyways, Arunji, that Arun Bhardwaj will be someone else, but this Arun Bhardwaj, just respond to this news. As someone who practices day in and day out in the courts of our country, 15 crore allegedly has been found from the house of a sitting judge of the Delhi High Court. How do you respond to this?
Well, it is really shocking, not only for me, but for the entire judicial fraternity, including, I think, even the Chief Justice of the High Court has made this statement that he is also shocked by it. And all senior advocates, all the members of the bar, we are all really shocked because this is unprecedented, you rightly said. And this matter is a very serious matter, which is going to the root of independence of judiciary and also about the honesty and integrity of the judiciary. And I think it will have serious repercussions in the minds of people. So I personally feel, and I think my other colleagues will also feel like this, that it needs to be thoroughly investigated and truth must come out.
We've just been told that the Supreme Court collegium has asked the Delhi High Court Chief Justice, Justice Upadhyay, to submit a report, to do an investigation and submit a report. But please tell me, Arunji, if this was the case of any politician, in the last 2 years, how many times have we seen cash being found from a politician's house and the politician being subjected to ED, CBI, income tax and whatnot? Is this not a classic case of dual standards for judiciary and the rest of the country?
No, let me explain it here. Because, like you see, what has happened, a huge cash is recovered from the residence of a judge who was not, according to the news reports, he was not at the residence. So this money was recovered behind his back. I am not saying that he's innocent or whatever. It should not be interpreted like this. But then in judiciary, because judiciary has its own procedure for inquiry, first of all, in-house inquiry is required to be done, as it has happened in other cases. Of course, other cases not where money was recovered, but where allegations of corruption or some sort of favoritism was there. So now that procedure will have to be followed and law will take its own course.
As citizens of the country, I'm just wondering, we found cash being found from Hemant Soren's house allegedly. We saw what happened with Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia. Across the country, different politicians have been incarcerated over the last 2 years.
Yes. I don't think that the law will give any special treatment in this kind of a case, particularly in view of the huge cash which has been recovered. So the law will take its own course, and now it has come in public domain. So every authority, whosoever is involved in this, they will have to tread it very carefully. And judiciary and Supreme Court collegium has acted at a very fast speed. They are not sitting over the matter. In, I think, less than 24 hours, they have taken steps. Couple of meetings have taken place. I understand that transfer orders have already been passed, and he has been asked to go on leave.
But is that enough, Arunji? But
no, that is not enough. That is not enough.
Look at the Allahabad High Court Bar Association. I'm told is up in arms. They don't want a judge in whose house this much of cash has been found to be transferred.
I agree with you. Not only Allahabad High Court, but I think even in Delhi High Court and other high courts, but the judiciary, by and large, they are very much disturbed with this because judiciary is getting bad name by this. We are also part of judiciary. Judiciary will get bad name. So truth must come out. And the law should take its own course. If something extraordinary is required to be done, that should also be done.
Do you think in a case like this, where we're talking of a sitting judge of the High Court, do you think law enforcement agencies such as Director of Federal Enforcement, Income Tax, can they also not be asked to join the group? After all, we're talking of volume of cash.
Yes. I think the process will start very soon. It has already started. Supreme Court has set the ball rolling. Supreme Court has already directed, has already sought a report from the Chief Justice of the High Court. Report will go. And thereafter, I think a proper investigation by the Supreme Court does not have any mechanism to investigate. Investigation will have to be done by the investigating authorities, which particularly in view of amendment to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PMLA can also be invoked. Particularly after amendment of Section 3 of the amendment of the PMLA Act, it is a case where PMLA could be invoked.
Do you think, Arunji, what you were speaking about a short while back, that because the judge was not present at his residence when this cash was recovered, in legal parlance, can this be any kind of an excuse, any kind of a justification?
See, I don't know what defense he will come out with or what explanation he'll give. But the mere fact, because the residents of sitting High Court judges, they are very well protected. There is security at the gate. There is security in staff security, all kind of security is there. Personal security at the gate entrance. Then the domestic staff is there. So if amount is recovered, presumption is that he's aware about it. I would call it a presumption, because without knowledge of such a senior person, nobody can dare to keep such a huge amount in the personal section of the judge.
But in your assessment, Arunji, finally, in your assessment, you think this is a fit case to be investigated by the ED income tax?
I think perfect case for, because where the amount of the substance, this is a huge amount, but where a couple of lakhs are there, if ED thinks it's a fit case, they investigate it. Here the amount is 15 crores. The source, most important thing will be to interrogate and find the source of this money. Whether this money is linked to any judicial pronouncement, or this money is linked to some property or sale of property, whatever it has to be investigated thoroughly.
Okay.
Whether it is done by ED, by CBI, whatsoever.
Okay. All right, Arunji, always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.